Welcome to another tutorial of Proflan YouTube channel. In this particular video, I want to take you through this particular question that was asked in this year of, we just check, this is 2025, October, November. Yeah, 2025, October, November, non-calculator paper, and candidates were asked to work out the value of X. Now, what do you think candidates were supposed to do in order to work out this question? Number one, they were to understand that if this line here is parallel to this, then it will mean that if this particular angle is X, truly this angle here also is going to be X. I believe we are together on that. And then, if that is true, then this angle here is equals to this angle, because line AO is a transversal line. So meaning that this is going to be X. And also, candidates were to remember that a tangent forms 90 degrees with a radius. Then at that given point, we had all the right reserved for us to say, all right, this is basically 90. This is 44, this is X, and this is X. Then how will we find the value of X? Now, to find the value of X, we're going to say X plus 44 plus 90 must give us 180. Upon saying that, then we can now go ahead and say this is going to be 2x plus 134 is equals to 180. Then 2x is going to translate to 180, yeah, minus 134, which is going to be equivalent to 2x is equals to what? When we subtract this, we're going to get 46. So this is going to translate to be 46. Now, once we have gotten this being 46, we can now be able to divide by 2, and our X is going to be 23 degrees. That is exactly how candidates were supposed to work out this question in order to earn the marks. Another question that also was tested is a question like this. They were supposed to find what is 27 times 81 squared. So what is the value of 3 raised to power n? So what they were supposed to remember is that 3 raised to power 3 is 27 and 3 raised to power 4 is 81, which means that 4 times 2, this 4 times 2 here, 4 times 2 is going to give us 8. So 3 plus 8 is equals to what? Is equals to n. So which means that our n is going to be 11. Basically, that is what was expected. Let me see if there is another question. There is also a question that was asked, question number 14. Number 14, you can see here, the question says that, find the equation of the line of symmetry. So something that you need to remember, you are told that this is a minimum point. That's the good thing they have mentioned, is a minimum point. And that minimum point is given as 3.5 there. Now, to make use of that, we are going to say, okay, right, it's fine. Thank you for that information. Then our curve for the minimum point will be that. And then we shall have the point of interest. And this point of interest here is -3. Then we have -5. So these are the candidates of 2025 October, November. That's what they were asked to do. Then if you look at the line that subdivides this into 2 halves, is going to be the line of symmetry, of which I can decide and say, okay, I'll draw that line like that. That's the line of symmetry there, which is separating this into 2 halves, which means that this line is actually a vertical line that is passing through -3 on the x-axis. So meaning x is equals to -3, and that is exactly what the candidates were supposed to get. Write the equation of the curve whereby in the form this. So usually, how do you get a turning point? If you have, for instance, if you have a completed square form of this, it's going to be, if you have y is equals to x plus 4 raised power 2 minus 6. How do you write the turning point, minimum point or maximum point? You go inside the bracket, you look at the number here, you take the opposite sign, that will be -4, and you take the number that is outside there, which is -6, and that becomes the turning point for that particular question. So in the event we are given a question like this one, and we are supposed, now we are given the turning point, we are supposed to come up with the equation. At that point, you're gonna say this is going to be y is equals to x. Now, for it to be negative, it must be positive here, +3 squared minus 5. So that is exactly what we are supposed to do in this question, so that we could be able to earn those marks. So the equation the candidate was supposed to write was x plus 3 raised to power 2 minus 5. And in this way, it will get all the marks. Then let's move further so that we can be able to see what other question was asked. The other question that was asked is about quadratic equation. And basically, you will have to meet such kind of questions in your exam, how to solve quadratic equation. So if you are to factorize this, we need product numbers whose product is equal to 12, but the sum of those numbers is -7. How do you go about that? What do you do in order to get such? What do you do in order to get such? What you do there, you need to know factors of 12. Factors of 12 can be 3, 4, 6, 2, 1, 12. Which one, if you add them, you get 7. But in that case, -7. That's going to be -3 and -3, because -3 times -4, so -3 and -4. So in that case, -4, if you multiply by -3, you are going to get +12. But if you add -3 and -4, you are going to get -7. Then we are going now to put this together, and we shall say this is going to be x squared minus 3x minus 4x plus 12. Then we can be able to factor these two guys. This is going to be what? X into x minus 3 minus, we factor 4 out here. Okay, we factor this 4 here. There's something I need to do there. We factor 4 there, we shall have minus 4 minus 4 minus 4 minus 4. So if we factor that out, we are going to have x and x minus 3. Then you can see now at this point, this guy here and this guy here, they are common again. Then we can factor x minus 3 out. We shall remain with x minus 4 as the answer for this. So our final answer, therefore we can say now our final answer can be written how? Can be written as x, so sorry for that. Our answer is going to be x minus 3, and then we shall have x minus 4. Yeah, x minus 4. And upon factorizing this, we shall put 5, let me just move this a little bit. We shall put 5x plus 3nx. We shall also have 10 plus 10y plus 6ny. Okay. Then once we have done that, we can go ahead and say, okay, if we have this, we can factor out what's common. And how do you factor anything that is common here? We are going to take x out, so we shall remain with 5 plus 3n. Here we're going to factor out 2y, so we shall say this is 2y out. We shall remain with 5 plus 3n. Then you can see this and this are common, so we can factor them out. So we shall have 5 plus 3n. And this is x plus 2y. And that now becomes our final answer that we were supposed to come and write here, so that we can be able to make the examiner happy. So once we have gotten that answer, we just come and transfer the answer here and say our x is what? Our answer is 5 plus 3n, then into x plus 3y. And that now becomes the final answer for this particular question. If you are new to Proflan YouTube channel, consider subscribing so that anytime I'm going to upload more tutorials, you'll be notified. In Proflan YouTube channel, I do maths, and physics. So if you are new here, subscribe, and also you can be able to share this channel to your friends, encourage them to see you in another video.